Ms. Cirigliano, your report, please.
I'd like to start my report by extending some thank yous and acknowledgements. I'd like to commend our DHS and DMS staff for the 2 outstanding graduation ceremonies that were held last Tuesday and Wednesday evening. Moments such as graduations are such a highlight for families and for our town as a whole. Graduation reinforces our true mission here, which is our students. To you, Dover graduates for the class of 2023, we welcome you to reach back out, say hello. We are here, and please let us know how you're doing. We are so proud of you and want to know all about your successes. Good luck. To our teaching and support staff, at this time of year, we applaud you. You have maintained a consistently high level of commitment to our students throughout the school year. No one will argue that your jobs have changed. When I left the classroom in the fall of 2014, SGOs were just coming in line, and so was the shift to the Common Core. Well, since that time, we've moved to online standardized testing as a norm, teaching in a Zoom window for a year or more, and new heavier responsibilities which focus on the social emotional learning and student health and safety within the school buildings and within your classrooms, all of which were probably not covered in teacher preparation courses. For your continued support of our students, we thank you. Please take this summer to rest, truly rejuvenate, and come back to the very reason why you entered teaching. Find that purpose again and use it to motivate yourself for the 23-24 school year, which will be here before you know it. To our administrative staff, it's been quite a year. Your continued support of our teachers is sincerely appreciated and is one of the many remarkable qualities within our administrative team. We thank you for your leadership, your continued support of us as your leaders, and the time, effort, and dedication you bring each and every day to Dover. Thank you. Lastly, I want to mention one event that our student representative, Ms. Alvarez, also mentioned. It occurred on Tuesday, June 20th, where 894 students in grades 9 through 11 at Dover High School participated in Choice Day. Choice Day was initiated due to collaboration between the high school administration and staff members to provide students with an opportunity for social emotional learning at the end of the school year. In March, the high school faculty were asked for suggestions of activities for students to select. Over 20 activities were suggested, including yoga, tiger tie-dye, and crochet all day. Students were provided with this list and were able to suggest other activities that they would like to see offered. Student suggestions included Mario Kart, nature walks, and a soccer tournament. There were 34 choices for students when the 2 lists were combined. Students selected 4 activities and 2 alternates, but over 95% of students participated in all of their requested activities. The feedback from the staff and students was extremely positive, and students have requested that we have additional choice days at the high school in the future. I'd like to thank the DHS administration and faculty for coming together and for their work on this activity, and this concludes my official report. I did want to highlight underneath the personnel section a few of the resignations. We're receiving tonight a resignation from Ms. Fullerton, who has been working as the DMS / EDE school liaison. Her commitment to Dover families does not go unnoticed, and so I wanted to acknowledge her service in the district in that position. Another resignation, we have Ms. Gina Heineman, our Supervisor of Science and 21st Century Skills. Again, very much a thoughtful and contributive member of our administrative team that will be missed. And Ms. Jessica Nathan, our elementary supervisor, who also did the professional development piece. Again, 2 supervisors that absolutely will be missed on our administrative team, and we wish them all the best, and hopefully worlds in education tend to run small. Hopefully we will see them again. So good luck to Ms. Fullerton, Ms. Heineman, and Ms. Nathan.
Thank you, Ms. Cirigliano. Are there any questions or comments based on her report? No? Seeing none, we are moving along. Then Ms. Grisales.
Thank you. Could you please briefly describe what Linkit will provide for our district and how this will help improve student achievement?
Absolutely. So Linkit is everything I wish I had as a teacher, but didn't. Linkit is a dashboard that is created for administrators, staff members, even parents, to basically house all of the standardized testing results or in-district benchmark results that our teachers can give to the students. So, for example, our access scores, our NJSLA scores, our NJ GPA, our SAT, PSAT, Dr. McLaughlin, what else am I missing? iReady, have actually already been gathered and sent to Linkit as we're working with them and starting our work to initiate the dashboard. But what will allow teachers to do is, they will have a bank of assessments that they can choose to work with their supervisor to incorporate into their instruction. They can then provide administration those results. We then send it to Linkit, they upload it, and now we continue to have this data dashboard for the students to look at their achievement. We are uploading not just this year's data, but going back as far as we can, trying to stay post-COVID, using that kind of as our break line to have the data from that period of time into Linkit. This will assist teachers with SGOs. This will assist teachers, administrators with their MSGPs. This will allow for the conversations at the PD table and at the faculty meeting and in the lunchroom, if teachers allow us to come in, to focus on, okay, here's what you're seeing for student A, how are we changing instruction? Or everything seems to be good for student A, how are we going to tackle student B's areas of weakness? Districts across the state of New Jersey have been using Linkit for years. I was in districts that could never afford Linkit, and now we're able to bring it to Dover. And I said at the beginning, I wish I had it as a teacher, because I was in the classroom when we literally were on the floor with all of the score reports trying to create our own Linkit, essentially with, the materials and the resources that we had at that time. This will bring our district forward in a big way for next year.
Is it possible that a teacher, Mr. Caniglio's not here, but a sixth grade teacher who has a class roster could walk in on the first day of school and know that student A is going to need a little extra help in math, while student B is going to need a little extra help in language arts, for example?
Yes and no. There is a timeline that the district's working on to release Linkit in a very intentional way. So we're not just putting in 400 teachers into Linkit. So we are working to develop a pilot program that will start in the fall, get teachers to become those teacher leaders of Linkit. People have come to Dover with experience in Linkit, so we really want to capture that. And then as we're going through the school year, the training will follow the implementation. So we don't want to just release it and have people, clicking and pointing and figuring it out on their own. It will be systematically released with training.
But eventually teachers
Yes.
will walk into their classroom on day
Yes.
one and have some idea of where students will have challenges and how to meet them.
Right. And this, potentially opens up the door for common assessments at the high school, because if we all have this pool of assessments, that might be an option that we want to look at, is everybody kind of using that same assessment. We're not quite there yet. We're going to focus on just the implementation, getting people in, getting them comfortable, and expanding at the same time their abilities to have conversations about the data that they're looking at, making sure we understand the context. How does that score relate to my instructional practice? Those are all conversations we've been having, but now we can actually sit around the table and all be looking at the same data on that student or that classroom or that particular benchmark.
Okay, thank you.